Dear friend, pause for just a moment. Take a deep breath and listen. Not with your ears, but with your heart. For what you are about to hear may not only change your day, it may change your entire life. This secret is not hidden in lofty prayers, nor pasted on a vision board, nor chanted in endless affirmations. It lies within you, a truth the world has long forgotten: alignment. Do you know most people ask first, then despair? They beg God, declare affirmations, visualize the perfect life, and then sigh when doors remain closed, when the miracle never comes, when the heart still aches. And they wonder, what did I do wrong? The answer is, you did nothing wrong. You only missed the core. According to divine law, you are not given what you want. You are given what you are in harmony with. And you cannot be in harmony if your mind is chaotic, your heart is doubtful, and your soul is unready. Imagine this. You step into a royal palace, but you are covered in dust. Your thoughts are in turmoil, and your heart trembles with fear. Would the king smile and hand you his treasures, or would he remain silent, waiting for your return, when you are truly ready to wear your crown? That is the law. That is the truth. That is the secret. Align first. Then ask. For when you are aligned with truth, with love, with faith, the universe responds like lightning. No hesitation, no delay. When your soul sings the same song as your words, the doors don't just open, they burst wide. Florence Scovel Shinn once said, your word is your wand, but belief is the hand that holds it. You may wave the wand of your words, but if your hand trembles with doubt, nothing appears. So how do you align? How do you make sure every prayer you send out is heard and answered? Stay with this video until the end. For I am about to share with you a blueprint, a map for alignment made up of 4 simple yet profound steps drawn from life itself, from Shinn's sacred teachings, and from spiritual truths that have transformed thousands of lives. You no longer have to chase what you desire. You need only to align, ask, prepare, and be ready to receive. And now let us begin. Chapter 1. What are you truly aligned with? For that is where all things begin. Dear friend, have you ever wondered why the things you long for seem so far away? You've written affirmations, visualized, prayed. Yet the only response is silence, closed doors, an invisible exhaustion. Don't be quick to blame yourself. Don't conclude that maybe God isn't listening. It's not that you're not good enough, not faithful enough, or unworthy. You simply haven't aligned yet. And today, I invite you to go deeper with me, because this is the missing piece in your spiritual journey. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you're aligned with. Florence Scovel Shinn called this your soul frequency. If your soul vibrates with anxiety, you draw in more worry. If your heart resonates with peace, then peace, like living water, flows toward you. Think of a woman Florence once helped. She was a humble schoolteacher living in lack, even though she repeated affirmations of wealth every day. But the money never came. One day, Florence gently asked her, "When you say, 'I am wealthy,' do you truly believe it in your heart?" The woman wept. She admitted that deep down she didn't feel worthy of money, that she feared being judged for having wealth, that a part of her believed suffering was somehow sacred. Do you see? Words are your wand, but belief is the hand that holds it. And when the hand trembles, the magic cannot appear. You might say, "I want love." But your heart is still afraid of being hurt. You might affirm, "I deserve a thriving career." But your subconscious sees yourself as small, insignificant. And it is these hidden vibrations that become your true prayer, resounding in the spiritual realm. Dear one, the universe does not respond to mere words. It responds to your inner frequency. So the first step in this journey is to look inward. Honestly, what am I truly aligned with? Ask yourself, am I planting seeds of worry with every daily thought? Am I behaving like someone ready to receive blessings? Do I truly believe what I asked for is on its way? Or is doubt still whispering beneath the surface? If you discover you're not yet aligned with what you've asked for, do not be disheartened. This is not failure. This is the beginning of transformation. Because once you see where you stand, you can choose the direction to walk. And you are not alone. So many in our community have been where you are. I invite you to share your heart in the comments below this video. I am ready to realign, to receive fill in what you're longing for. When you write it down, you're not just affirming it to yourself, you're sending out a vibration to the universe. And when we come together in intention, that energy is amplified. I invite you to read others' comments, respond, pray for one another, for true healing often comes through soul resonance. Now that you understand all things, begin with the internal state you're aligned with. The next step is this. How do you align fully, deeply, and truly? How do you shift from the frequency of lack to the frequency of receiving? In the next section, I will share a clear map, 4 steps I call the alignment blueprint, a grounded, sacred path to transform your prayers into divine answers. Stay with me. The path has begun to open. And what you asked for is now closer than ever. Dear one, if in the last part you discovered what you're truly aligned with, then this is the moment you begin walking the sacred path of alignment. I call it the alignment blueprint, a 4-step map to true harmony. It's not theory, it's not abstract. These are real, profound, and time-tested steps, proven not only by my journey, but by the thousands of souls who chose to step out of fear and into grace. Step 1. Be still before you speak. In a world that rushes and shouts, stillness seems a luxury. But in the spiritual realm, stillness is the first gate to receiving divine guidance. Florence once spoke of a woman desperate for direction in a life-changing decision. She prayed endlessly but heard nothing. Florence gently advised, stop speaking, sit, breathe, and listen. After 1 week of quiet meditation, the woman received a clear, intuitive nudge leading her to a job she had never considered, but was perfect for her. Try this. Each morning before checking your phone or talking to anyone, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Place your hand over your heart, breathe deeply and whisper, Dear God, I am ready to listen. Feel free to comment below. I choose stillness to hear my soul. Let's practice this together and grow together. Step 2. Examine your beliefs before you ask. You may be speaking your desire aloud, but do you truly believe you deserve it? This step is not about judgment. It's about honesty. A man once came to Florence seeking healing, but during their work together, she noticed he kept repeating, Illness is a burden I must bear. That hidden belief had become his barrier. When she helped him shift that belief, his healing began. Try this before asking for anything. Write I want. But what do I currently believe? If your answer reveals doubt, pause. Don't rush to ask. Align your belief first. Share if you feel moved. The belief I am renewing is one at she. Writing it down isn't weakness. It's courage. It's ownership. Step 3. Speak as if what you desire is already real. In the spiritual world, past, present, future are not divided. When you speak as though your desire has already come to pass, you are calling in the vibration of the miraculous. One of Florence's students practiced this daily. She needed a new apartment, but had no money. Florence taught her to declare, I am in the perfect place. God has already prepared it for me. She began packing, cleaning, preparing as if she were moving. A week later, she received an unexpected offer, a beautiful apartment, rent-free for 2 months. Try this. Instead of saying, I hope to find a new job, say, the right job is on its way. I am preparing to receive it. You might comment, I speak from the frequency of fulfillment, and let our community hold that frequency with you. Step 4. Release the outcome and obey your soul. This is the hardest step because the mind loves control. But true alignment requires radical trust and action that reflects the belief that what you seek is already on its way. Florence said, God is not moved by pressure, but by faith and obedience. A woman asked for love, but lived closed off, avoiding connection. When she began to open her heart, go out, take care of herself, she met her soulmate in a bookstore. Try this. If you're praying for healing, eat rest, and think like someone who is already well. If you're asking for abundance, behave as someone who already has enough, no hoarding, no fear. You may wish to write, I release control and live as though I have already received. When you live that way, the universe must respond. You see, this blueprint is not just theory, it is a way of life. And when you follow these 4 steps, you are no longer a beggar, you become a co-creator. And if any part of this touched or stirred something in you, share it below. That space isn't just for talking, it's where your faith awakens the faith of others. Now that you've learned how to align correctly, the next step is this. How do you prepare for what you've asked to arrive and stay? For even a miracle needs a place to land. Come with me into the next part. Preparation, the greatest sign of faith. Dear beloved, if you've asked with the right spirit, then the next step, though seemingly simple, is where most stumble: preparation. Yes, preparation. Not passive waiting, but faith in motion. It means acting as though what you've asked for has already been dispatched, is already on its way, and your only task is to make space to receive it. Florence Scovel Shinn in The Game of Life wrote these timeless words: faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. True faith acts as if the prayer has already been answered. So are you living as though your prayer has been fulfilled? If you've asked for a new career opportunity, have you updated your resume? If you've asked for new love, have you released the old wounds and opened your heart? If you've asked for healing, are you caring for your body and mind as if you are already well? We cannot pray for rain and refuse to dig the well. I remember a man who prayed for a financial breakthrough. Yet for 3 years, he never opened a savings account, never managed his spending, never learned a new skill. He prayed, waited, but his inner world and daily habits showed no readiness. Florence made it clear, God gives the greatest when we show we are ready. God is not withholding. But He will only place greatness into hands that are prepared to honor and protect it. Ask yourself, what are you praying for? Yet your behavior, habits, or environment contradict it. If you're asking for prosperity, is your home clean and organized or cluttered with old energy? If you're asking for peace, is your phone full of chaos and negative noise? If you're asking for guidance, are you spending time in stillness to listen? Sometimes what you desire is not missing. There's simply no room for it to land. Write this in the comments. If it resonates, I prepare as if what I desire is already on its way. Because that is not just a sentence, it's a way of life. And when you live like this, you activate a new flow in both your mind and the universe. You also inspire others to clear out their physical spaces and their inner world. Imagine this 1,000 souls all preparing together, all living in the spirit of already received. That creates a wave of energy no force can ignore. Florence shared more in Your Word is Your Wand. When man prepares for the thing he has asked for, it is proof that he expects it. And when you show expectation through action, you stir the miraculous into motion. Here's what I invite you to try today. Rearrange your workspace or bedroom as though preparing to welcome a new opportunity. Write a thank you letter for the blessing you've asked for as if it's already been given. Purchase a small symbolic item that represents your desire as a declaration that it is on its way. Then share with our community. Beneath this video, I am preparing by. Describe your specific action. You never know, your story may ignite faith in someone who's feeling lost. Dear one, if you are ready, if you have prepared, then the next sacred lesson is this: how to receive fully, without fear, without guilt, without shrinking. Because the next part determines whether the miracle you've prayed for can truly arrive and stay. Dear beloved, we've walked a sacred journey together, from alignment to asking with clarity to preparing as if the answer is already on its way. But there remains one final step, subtle yet absolutely decisive. Will you allow yourself to receive? You can align, you can pray, you can clear the space, but if deep inside you still carry shame, still whisper, "I'm not worthy," then even the gift may stop right at your doorstep. Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote in Your Word is Your Wand. No man is your enemy, no man is your friend, every man is your teacher. And I'd add, nothing denies you but you. Let me share a story. A woman named Claire, after years of pain, finally left a toxic relationship and started over with nothing. She prayed for a new beginning, for a kind, loving man who would cherish her. And then someone arrived, gentle, patient, steady. He invited her to dinner, wrote her letters, showed up every day. But instead of receiving, Claire began to retreat. She doubted. She pulled away. Eventually, she walked away altogether. When I gently asked her why, she said softly, "It just didn't feel like it was for me. I was afraid I'd ruin it. I wasn't ready to be happy." Do you see? Claire didn't lose what she prayed for because it never came. She turned it away because her heart still didn't believe she deserved it. So let me ask you gently, have you ever been like Claire? Have you stepped away from something beautiful because you feared you'd break it? Have you turned down an opportunity thinking, "This can't be meant for me"? Have you ever received a blessing only to feel guilty right after? If so, you are not alone. We've grown up in a world that planted deep seeds of unworthiness in our minds. You have to work hard to earn anything good. If it comes too easily, it must not be real. I have to pay a price to deserve joy. But dear one, as Florence reminded us, God is the giver not by merit, but by grace. The secret is not to earn, but to accept. Receiving is a spiritual position, not a social act. It is the inner decision that says, I am allowed to receive. I don't have to feel guilty. I don't have to give something back to be worthy. I will not shrink myself to make others comfortable. Let your heart whisper this, now I receive all that is good with love and without hesitation. And if you dare type it in the comments below this video, I no longer reject my blessings. Because when you write it, you're not just declaring it to the universe. You're activating something powerful in our community, inviting others to receive too. Florence once said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest good, but doubt and fear." You are so close to what you've been asking for. Let your faith rise higher than your fear. Receive the gift like a child receiving a birthday present, joyfully, without doubt, without fear of loss. And here's the miracle: when you receive fully, the universe multiplies it. Now that you have learned how to align, to ask, to prepare, and to receive the final part, I want to share with you next is this. How do we keep and nourish the miracle once it arrives? Because miracles aren't just meant to come, they're meant to stay. Dear beloved, if you've read this far, it means your soul is no longer content with merely praying and hoping. You are stepping into a new level, a realm where you understand that miracles do not come by chance. They come when you align, ask with faith, prepare in trust, and receive with an open heart. This is not just a sequence of actions, it is an art of living. More than that, it is a spiritual state where you are no longer the seeker, but the one who attracts all that is yours by divine appointment. Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote, "Every great work, every big accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision, and often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement." So, if you're in a moment where the results haven't shown up yet, don't give up. The light often appears just after the darkest night, and the inner preparation you're doing today is the very soil in which tomorrow's miracles will bloom. I invite you to do something small yet powerful. Comment below what you are ready to receive today. Whether it's love, financial breakthrough opportunity, or healing, write it down as a sacred declaration. When you dare to claim it publicly, you not only activate it within your consciousness, you inspire others to do the same. You'll be amazed at how many others are longing for the very same thing, learning to receive, just like you. We are never alone on this path. If this video brought you healing or clarity, subscribe to this channel and continue your journey with us through the divine law, spiritual truth, and the power of the spoken word, all through the lens of Florence Scovel Shinn. Each week we'll unlock a deeper dimension from faith and intuition to dismantling limiting beliefs and stepping fully into the miraculous flow. And finally, I leave you with this affirmation. I am worthy of receiving all that is good without asking for permission and without fear. Say it, write it, live by it. Because when you live as though it is already true, the universe has no choice but to agree with you. You are not created for lack. You were born to receive with gratitude, with readiness, and with sacred inner freedom. So then, receive as a soul that is ready. I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore how to sustain and nourish this miraculous flow, so it becomes your way of life, not just a fleeting moment.